Armie Hammer jokes he was banned from hanging out with the Lone Ranger co-star Johnny Depp. With a fan frenzy that was created by Armie Hammer's 2018 film, Call Me By Your Name, in which he starred with Timothée Chalamet, some fans may have forgotten that Hammer once shared the screen with another huge name, Johnny Depp. On his latest podcast episode, the father of two told an interesting anecdote about his co-star that he says led to him being told to stay away from the megastar. Read on for the details. Armie Hammer says he got Johnny Depp super stoned. At one point during the July 28 episode of Call Me By Your Name, star Armie Hammer's podcast, Armie Hammer Time, the conversation turned to the actor's penchant for marijuana. "You smoked more marijuana than anyone on earth," said his friend and co-host Ashton Ramsey, referencing earlier days of the 38-year-old's career. "That's probably true," laughed Hammer before adding, "I think at that point in my life I was smoking upwards of 15 to 20 joints a day." Ramsey then segued into a tale about a time he says Hammer shared his stash with his The Lone Ranger co-star Johnny Depp during the film's promotional tour. "The most trouble you ever got into was when you basically got Johnny super stoned before a day on a press junket." Hammer chimed in, "And they never let me hang out with Johnny on the press tour after that. They would always keep up apart. They never let us do press together. They were like, 'You two cannot hang out anymore.' I forgot about that." Hammer recounts the story around minute 1600 hours of the podcast. Both Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer have reflected on their experiences with cancellation in Hollywood. Both the Edward Scissorhands star and Hammer have spoken in interviews about battling back from PR challenges that stalled their careers. On the podcast, Hammer said his tarnished image caused him to be kicked out of a friend's wedding. He said after beginning to post photos, some guests received negative comments when Hammer was spotted in the background, and thus the groom elected to ask him to leave. Hammer fled the event and took himself out to dinner. Now he says his career is in a better place.